Are you having a David day?
Hi, hey, welcome back. This is Closing Time Podcast with David Mansour. I'm a mortgage loan officer here in Peachtree City, Georgia. I'm also a scout dad. That's my other tagline. Those are the two things that I'm most passionate about. And we're here talking with Miss Nicole Odom, who is also a mega social media influencer. We use those words at our age, even though we only have,
Five
1,000,
followers.
yeah, 5 followers. There's great memes out there, especially in the mortgage. We share a lot of memes among us that
I think
are
it's
very
great.
funny that
Yes.
make fun of ourselves, like
Yes.
me over 50 working, trying to do social media
You
podcasts.
should share them. That would be amazing.
I need to. They're pretty funny. So welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. So we've got a lot to talk about because you have a lot going on. You are great at what you do as far as real estate, but also great at social media. So I want to talk about that.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I know you've taught classes, so I know you're open to sharing ideas with other real estate agents or anybody else that wants to watch. First step is I like to start all my podcasts with really getting to know the people I'm talking about.
Sure.
So if you're an agent, you're selling to buyers or people that want to sell their home. And if this was a clip that they could see, I want them to know who you are. Okay. So tell me, I know you don't have to go back to birth and where you went to daycare, but you're local, right? You went to McIntosh?
I went to Peachtree Elementary, the original Booth, and I was the first class to go all the way through Stars Mill in the new building. So when they subdivided it, we lived over by the Three Ponds, and that Kelly Drive was the line.
Okay.
So
how was that going from? I mean, Booth, like you just
knew
split
everybody, but you got people from
but
Whitewater.
You knew everybody that you
went to McIntosh. Yes.
Moved with, but you lost some friends as well.
Yeah, but you gained people. We had a mix from Whitewater, Middle, and Booth collided into Rising Star.
Okay, so Whitewater was there before Stars Mill?
Whitewater Middle. Like, the way that they divided the lines, like in Brooks, though there was a good bit of people that came to, that was Rising Star. So Rising Star, because it was in the old Fayette County High School building while they were building Stars Mill.
Really?
So I did a little bit at the old Fayette County building because I was in Rising Star School District, but it had some Booth people that came in there.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
It's like 11 minutes.
Yeah, it was a minute. But I knew everybody at McIntosh because I started with elementary school, and then met new friends at Stars Mill that were from Whitewater Middle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any allegiance now? Do you have to cheer one?
No.
Like I went to Fayette County High School.
Yeah.
And it's weird to like the battle in the bubble, and I know in high school, I don't know if it just goes away or maybe we weren't as intense of a rivalry when I was in school because I don't really care.
I don't really care either, but I didn't get really involved into all of that. I think in high school, just because I played soccer and then I messed my knee up. I had 2 knee surgeries by the time my sophomore year when I was 16. So I kind of was like, we're not going to be involved in the high school sports.
Yeah. I wonder if that changes when our kids get into high school and if they're playing sports.
Right.
And for you that you played sports, but I know the parents talk about, oh, those parents over there are horrible. Like I've heard it from both sides, and I literally giggle because, especially with lacrosse.
Yeah.
I know McIntosh lacrosse parents and Stars Mill, and they say the same thing. Those girls are dirty. They're terrible. Oh, that coach is terrible. He teaches them girls to be dirty. They both say it, and the other one's like, no, we're perfect. We don't do anything. So it's fine.
I'm not there yet. You are, but I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Not high school yet. We're just,
Oh, I thought your kids were in high
school.
No.
No. Well, Aiden graduated, but he went to Trinity, so he's not in the rivalry.
Okay.
And Max is still in 8th grade.
Okay.
Booth. So, all right. So I interrupted. So sorry. We went to high school here, and then what was after high school for you?
I did college for a while, and I started at Georgia Southern. And then I came back home, went to Gordon and Georgia State. Got into healthcare. Worked in home health. I was admin, and then administration, moved up through that, was an office manager. Got let go when I was 8 months pregnant with my first child, but it was a blessing because I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So I got out of that, started coaching CrossFit, so I could, have some flexibility with having a baby. Did insurance for a little bit, and then my husband, we have a great family friend who is in real estate, and it's like, why don't you get your real estate license? And so that kind of just started on a whim, organically.
So when was that?
2017.
2017. So let's go. Your husband's a veteran, right? Thank you very much. So the exercise thing, a lot of your videos and things that you post, you're always walking, and I feel like a lot of people walk and that's their exercise, but I feel like walking is therapeutic for you because you do a lot of hardcore exercise as well, right? You're in the gym a good bit.
I do. I like to work out. I enjoy moving my body, but I call it like my attitude adjustment. Yeah. But I love to walk. My dogs are happier when we walk. And having 4 knee surgeries, it's the easiest thing for me. But I have a little bias too. My grandmother has walked 3 miles almost all of her life, and she went to not Bethlehem, but what's the name of that? Israel. Okay. At 88 years old for 10 days on a pilgrimage. And I think it's all from just walking, just like moving your body. Like you don't have to you can do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good and you enjoy. But I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I find it like a win-win. It helps me reset for the day, makes me feel better. My dogs get something out of it. I get something out of it. It gives me a little me time. I'm going to listen to a podcast or a book.
I think a friend of mine said, I think the most important 2 things for old people are their teeth and their feet.
Yeah.
Once either of those go, it's downhill from there.
Right.
So as long as they can move, they're happier. Obviously, they're healthier. And once they can't truly eat, food and they're having to eat porridge or whatever.
Right.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know. I hope not.
Is porridge a thing? So are you CrossFit still?
No.
Where do you work out now?
I work out at One Life. So I usually go to Commerce.
So you just do your own thing?
I have a programming that I follow, and it's actually a CrossFit guy that used to do CrossFit, but he has made this programming where it's you do a full body workout every day, but you just don't feel trashed. You still get a good workout and you still move, but you're not completely wrecked. It's not high intensity. It's not so extreme and intense, but you still get to move your body.
Yeah. I love CrossFit in my 30s.
Yes.
But when I came home, wrecked is a perfect word. When I came home, even after months of doing it, I was still laying on the couch, that nauseous feeling. I felt great. I never felt stronger. And so I loved doing it.
Right.
But it got to a point where like, okay, I can't go to the gym for an hour and then be useless for an hour at home as well.
Right.
So what about burn? Have you done burn boot camp?
No, just because my knee and seeing them bounce around like that, I don't think my knee could handle it.
So I have a bad knee. I've had a couple surgeries, not all meniscus type things. And I struggle outside because we did Operation Boot Camp. It was all outside and running. And I don't run very much at all, like very little now. But I've gone to burn and been able to do most of the things they've done.
Okay.
I think it is the springy board. I also control it. Yeah. Like oddly, lunges hurt me, whether it's front or back. So that's a very slow, controlled movement for me if I do it, or I just do it at the top.
Yeah.
But I can do most squats.
Okay.
And anything else, all the jumping, no, I avoid all that.
Yeah, I can't do all that.
All that. So I'll do a toe raise or whatever.
Yeah.
And I still get, like, I walk out of there with that same CrossFit feeling.
Right.
But then by the time I'm home,
you're okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not dead. Great. I'm dead in the gym, but alive at home.
I love the aspect of somebody's telling me what to do. I don't have to think about it. I just go in. I love the community feel, like you can push each other to move. But that's great that you get to go and get a good workout and you're not.
I think it's peer pressure. Like, because I'm always in there.
It's just a little bit.
Yeah. Like,
it's friendly
competition.
competition.
No one says anything to me when I'm at burn. But in my head, they're looking at me like, this dude can't. I know, but I like to think that they're looking at me because I'm going to do one more push-up or I'm going to stay in plank position or whatever. Versus, I think, why ain't I doing this at home?
Because you're not going to do it.
And I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to do 2 minutes.
I got something else to do.
At our boot camp, they're like, all right, 10 burpees. I'm like, oh, and I'll do 6 of them.
Right.
I go there and it's 2 minutes of burpee straight, and I do them the whole time. Like, how?
It's adrenaline and the peer pressure.
Yeah, and the music is good there
yes,
too.
and good music. Like you just get to drown out the little baby in between the head and the ears.
All right, so let's talk about your house, because that's a big thing. We live on the same street. You're on the opposite side of our little horseshoe, and you've done, or you're still, I guess, in the middle of a major renovation. I mean, you've done a lot. So tell me about the story of what made you move back to Peachtree. Were you living in Noonan? So you were living in Noonan. What made you move back to Peachtree City, choose that house? Like, did the renovation part of it come into effect, or was it just a good deal of the house? How did that all start?
We purchased that house because I had a listing appointment. It was my mom's good friends. They invited me over for a listing appointment. And I came home and my husband's like, well, what if we buy it? And I was like, do you need me to pack my bags? Because they're packed. I've been wanting to get my family back here. I wanted them to grow up like I did. Just the accessibility, obviously the schools, the option for my kids to go ride their bikes and not be worried about them on the cart path. Like, and truly, you're never going to get back to how it was when we grew up. Right. But to be able to have that freedom and I guess security, knowing that my kids are good, but they can still be kids in this new world that we're living in, is amazing. And so my husband got here when he was like late middle school, early high school. So he got the golf cart feel, but not like as a kid where you just being little and being out there, just going and hanging out. So that's been a big push. And this was right by the lake, has a pool already in it. But it just needed a facelift and just still is a lot original from 1979. So it, to me, in my eyes, was cosmetic. It wasn't something like major. So,
I've seen a lot of trucks over there. That ain't cosmetic.
It's a lot. There is.
So what was the first thing? Like, I was like, okay, if we buy this house, we have to.
So the first thing we did was paint, because there was a lot of wallpaper.
So that's cosmetic.
But that's an easy facelift. Paint can do so much wonder. So we painted, and then you got to have a juggle list of like what the priorities are when you have such a long punch out list. And it's kind of teetering at the line of, is this full gut or is this renovations?
Right.
So we started with the outside, the backyard, because it's the pool, we have the kids, right. That's where we spend the most time. So we're like, all right, let's just start outside, exterior, because you can get overwhelmed with the whole list. Like, let's just focus on that. Right. Started with the backyard. This year we are completing the front yard and exterior. But that gives us time to figure out what we want to do on the inside. How do you, when you buy a house, you move into it. And then when you live in it, you kind of notice the things that you like, that right. you don't like. And so I feel like this is giving us time to see how we really want it to be. Where are the pain points? Where are the functional points? Like, what would be cool if we changed it? What needs to go?
Yeah. You learn the dead spaces too. I don't know if all houses have dead spaces. I don't think many do, but I went up in the attic because somebody told me about this that I wasn't aware. And you can look down and see where they just or what's this called?
Sheetrock.
Sheetrock, where they sheetrocked and just left dead space in there. Okay. And it's like, why would they do that? Okay. They could have made the closet bigger, right. But they had in their head, we wanted 6x6.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, but you could have had that 2-speed. So like, you find those places when if you buy an older home, especially, I'm sure new builders are probably a lot better at that. But if you go up in your attic, you can look down.
Yeah.
You might have to pull back a little bit. If you have a clue that there might be,
right.
You look at the bathroom and goes, well, the bathroom ends here and the closet doesn't start there. What's in between?
Right.
And you can go up there and look. And then, so if you want to renovate.
It's definitely, we're going to take a break after doing this exterior. And definitely.
So you took out trees, tons of trees.
60 large trees.
60, that's hard to imagine.
10 pear trees. We physically removed probably 20 bushes in the backyard. A shed was removed, a tree house was removed, an old garden.
So they
And
had no sun in their backyard before.
they just let it all grow. So they enjoyed no grass. And so
Okay.
they just let everything grow. To which is all the roots. You can see ripples in the pool liner, like they're going into the pool, they're going into crawl space, but then on top of it, the tree limbs were growing on top of the house. So they're falling on top of the roof. And it's just a little concerning when you have
Yeah.
storms, especially this
Yeah.
past year that we've
This has
had.
been a crazy year.
And last year. So they had to go. And then, but if you have a pool and you have all that debris coming on your pool, it's a mess.
And
And
the
you don't get
leaves,
to
that's
enjoy it.
annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. The leaves are annoying. You don't get to enjoy it. It's messy and the pool's cold. So that was the goal. Start with the backyard first, then finish with the front yard. And then we can do the exterior with windows, doors, garage doors, paint, gutters, what have you. But it's definitely got to be a process. It's got to be a plan and a budget.
Yeah. So are you just kind of paying for it out of pocket as you, your income, whatever makes it? So no loans for that. You're just doing it. So there is a renovation product out there, just to throw them in there for anybody that wants to buy a house like that.
Okay.
You can actually roll it all in. FHA will do it 96.5%. So purchase cost of the house plus cost of renovation, we lend 96.5. So it's still a very small down payment.
Okay.
And they can do I did the 203K on this house.
That's amazing.
Because I had to have the bathrooms were, I had to fix that.
Yeah.
And then the countertops had, is it granite? I'm not good with building terms, but whatever I have in there, it didn't match. Like the island had a different, I was like, that's horrible. And there was no backsplash. It was such a small cost and it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So I used that renovation loan
to
great. Just do everything. So how's the experience so far working with contractors in and out of your home? And you just hear stories about people. Are they on time? Or do they work at their own pace? How's that?
It is it's an experience, and you can have good contractors who communicate well, who do what they say they're going to do. Communication, in my opinion, maybe it's because we work in customer service and sales industry, but communication is super important to me. I feel like it's a sign of respect. Good, bad, ugly, I don't care. Just talk to me.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you can find somebody who can communicate, if you can find somebody who does what they say they're going to do, there's no surprises. That's great, because then I'm happy to refer you and tell my experience.
Right.
Whereas, we've had a few contractors who don't put line items on an estimate, and then all of a sudden we have a surprise bill.
Yeah.
That's not okay. And I find that as a sign of disrespect. So therefore, I don't want to refer them, because that would be a reflection of me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my clients to have that same experience.
Yeah.
And I referred them and spoke of all these things they did for them. So you definitely find if your money's, if the money is worth the investment, if the cheap investment is worth it or not. But it's hard to find dependable contractors year to year.
I was trying to get contractors to redo my back deck. I wanted to put a roof, and it was funny because I got all these very detailed, and one just came back and said like 26,000.
And that was it.
That was it. Yeah. I was like, no, like I need to know what you've accounted for, because maybe we didn't communicate. Did you plan on a roof? Because I don't want you to agree. You start and go, oh, I didn't hear you say roof.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's 50. So I told that guy bye.
Yeah. When we first moved in, I had a colleague of mine's husband come over, and he just gave me a straight up $31,000 estimate. I was like, can we break this down? It was line item, but there was no cost with it. I wanted a cost breakdown because it was more than what I wanted to spend at the time. And I was like, maybe I can omit some things. And he refused to take and put prices with each item, because that was how you save money. So I didn't like that. So I was like, well,
that's weird, because you would think they had to have assigned prices to come up with that number.
Correct.
Like, and I understand you're adding 10% or whatever you do, but just put it down.
Yes, because that's your livelihood. Right. That's how you make money. And I totally get it. But if I wanted to finagle and maybe budget, like give me a price so I can figure out what I maybe can live without right now or do later.
Yeah. But you did your renovations to live in. So the whole goal, you weren't thinking about, what's beneficial to sell it, and we always consider that a little bit, but this is what I want to be comfortable in my home versus somebody,
Yes.
and I'm leading into something.
Okay.
So I'm leading into our little game here.
Yeah.
So the difference versus there's sometimes we renovate a home where there's outdoors, and that might not make sense if you were just doing it just to sell their house. You're not always going to get your money back for every
Correct.
renovation you do.
Correct.
So I've got a game of would you rather I want to play that might help people that are deciding, hey, these things got to be fixed. If you want top dollar for your home, this is what's going on. So number one, would you rather paint or carpet? If they only had money for one of the two.
Paint.
Paint's more than carpet.
Yes. 100%.
Any reason why?
Paint, a couple reasons. Not everybody likes carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Paint is something that, especially in today's market, a buyer can appreciate because it can be one less project off their to-do list, and paint costs money. Paint costs time.
Yeah.
And in this market and affordability, that's one thing that they don't have to do when they move in. They can just move in.
Right.
If they don't like it, they can change it down the road, but it can feel a like new feeling. It's one thing off the to-do list and financials. So I would totally invest in paint versus carpet.
I would agree if I was buying. That's a big deal because I can't hang any photos.
Yeah.
I can't push things up against the wall, anything until until it's painted. I guess it obviously depends on how bad it is. So, all right, would you rather kitchen or bathroom?
It depends. That could be a loaded question.
Because they're both.
You use them.
They're both important.
Yes.
In resale.
I guess kitchen would be first over bathroom because you spend more time in the kitchen than I guess you would in the bathroom. But depending on if you cook. But
as far as selling the house, we're talking about when people walk in.
I would say kitchen.
So it's going to be more important for them to see. Is it about the appliances? Is it about the countertop, the backsplash, the paint? If it was inside the kitchen, what's...
Countertops are good because that's an expense. Depending on your cabinets, I mean, you could always wash the cabinets, maybe put some new hardware on them for a budget, punch out list to do. Appliances are great because, again, that's one more expense when you move into the home. And, if you don't like the fridge, you can always put it in the garage for a good beer fridge. Right. But,
well, in small things, like I told somebody, just the Nest, the thermostat, like I went into a smaller home, like a 200, 250, and they had the Nest, and just seeing that made me feel like the home was more valuable.
Right.
And I know that's ridiculous because that's $200 for a Nest.
But it's a nice upgrade.
Right. So little small things like the doorknobs and things like that, you can really tell a difference in that. So, all right, inside or outside the house? If you're going to list your house, what should they work on first?
Well, the outside can be viewed as your first impression or your second. So it's definitely going to be first impression, I think, is online.
Right.
So second impressions when you're at the front door waiting to get in and your agent's getting the key out and you're looking around. So, I think it's important.
So you should definitely hit that front porch with a pressure washer.
Yes.
Make sure those spider webs.
Yes.
Not necessarily you have to paint it or redo the deck.
But wipe it down.
It needs to be clean.
Yeah.
It needs to be
Nobody
clean.
wants to touch a nasty door handle or wall.
And the clutter, because you do see that. I've seen some listings at open house, and you walk. Most people don't go to the front door. Like if you live there, you might not go to the front door a lot. And then there's just clearly a bird's nest and just poop.
Right.
And I'm like, I would almost walk away if I was looking to buy straight away. Like,
yeah. I tell people, I'm like, you have to get ready for the pageant because the train starts running if this is dirty and not kept up, what about the rest of the house? Like, how do they treat their home? How has it been maintained if I'm not buying new construction? Did they care about it? Because sometimes you go into a home and you're like, this is your biggest investment. This is probably the most expensive thing you'll ever purchase. Do you not take pride and take care of your the biggest
Yeah.
thing. So
One,
the train starts running.
yeah. And I was listening to another realtor talk about the market and how, it's moving. I still don't think it's a pure buyer's market, but it's definitely
No, I
leaning
don't think
towards
so.
buyers.
Yeah.
So buyers, for sellers, if to get top dollar or to get what they want, your house has to be in great shape. You can't, buyers feel like they have a choice now.
They do.
And so when they're looking around, they want your house to sell. It needs to be in great shape. And again, that doesn't mean you have to spend $100,000 on a renovation, but you have to clean,
Yes.
put stuff away,
Yes.
make sure and that goes to the next question. Or the next, would you rather, staging or decluttering, deep clean?
Declutter and deep clean for sure. Staging is helpful, especially, for certain situations. You have wasted space, or if you are decluttering and downsizing or depersonalizing your home, you might need some stuff to make you want people to see what it's like to live here. And when you have staging, it can help people get that visualization so they can see themselves in it. But the depersonalization, like, people are crazy, and so you can't leave your personal stuff out. You might not want to leave your family or photos or heirlooms and stuff out,
because it can make it look. I mean, if you have furniture that your grandmother, it's her favorite,
right?
Forget what those things are called that all the dishes are in, but
like the china cabinet.
Yeah, then that could make someone feel like this is an older home,
right?
So
it if you depersonalize, declutter, and make it very basic, I feel like it gives the opportunity for buyers to see their things in the home.
And they're kind of the same thing. I mean, when I say staging, we typically think having someone come and stage your home.
Right.
But staging really is optimizing the space and making sure that you don't have 4 recliners in the living room just because you have 4 kids and that's what's comfortable. That makes this room look really small when you're just walking through it.
And it helps it look bigger.
Right. You want it to big is important.
Yes, it helps it look big. Like you got this great space. You get a lot for your money.
Because they're trying to picture moving their furniture in and will it fit? And well, we've got this great china cabinet that my grandma gave me. Is there room for it? And if you've got all this stuff making everything look tight, it'll look bad. So.
Yeah. And it's a sensitive thing to talk about with people, like, because it's their things and it's memories and tied with it. But it's I try to say depersonalization. Less is more. Start packing.
Awesome. So you hinted towards, or you didn't necessarily agree that we've moved towards a buyer's market. You think it's in the middle? You think it's still a seller's market?
Buyers definitely have a lot of negotiating room. There are more listings, so there's definitely more sellers than there are buyers making an appointment and putting offers in. And I would love for your input, but I feel like there's a lot of buyers maybe putting in applications, but they're waiting to see, like, do they see a house that they like, and then they send it to their agent, or they call the listing agent, like, I really love this home. And that's where we're like, oh, you got to get pre-approved. So presentation is everything. I tell people, you have to be ready for the pageant, because if buyers don't agree with how you look or your price online, they're not going to make an appointment. There's so many people on the sidelines.
People don't like confrontation. So I'm sure negotiating, even though that's the real estate agent's job, it's still tough for a buyer. So you've got to price it right.
Right.
In this market. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a harder pill to swallow for the sellers in regards to the past few years of appreciation that we've accumulated. But realistically, if you have, less buyer demand and you've got more listings to choose from, it's the data is the data. So I try to talk to sellers and just say, be pageant ready. This is your one shot. This is your first shot. That's your second shot at the front door. If you want this price, then you have to be ready. And it's just very direct, honest, because they look to us for insight and value and education, because that is their goal, is to have the highest and best terms. So, but buyers, because there is low buyer demand, they have a little bit more flexibility in what they can ask for. They can try. Some of them ask for the whole bucket.
Everything.
But you don't have to. You
Right.
know, they can shoot their shot and see what the seller's willing to do, especially depending on the days on market or the condition. Because sometimes the seller doesn't want to take the advice of an agent.
Right.
They want to see what will happen, and that's fine. You know, at the end of the day, agents are serving their clients. So,
Yeah. You work for them, but they also have to know that they hired you for a reason.
Yeah.
That's what I try to tell people. It's like, you know,
I
I know that in my head, I always thought I could buy a house on my own. But then when I bought this house, and I bought a few on my own, but then I realized how difficult it is to buy a more residential, more to shop. I guess the other house I bought, I knew what I wanted. It was that one, and I knew. But then this one, I utilized my agent like tremendously. It was incredible. So you had mentioned in your social media, and I want to get to that, is real estate relax. What was the term you used? Real estate relax method or ready? Is that route? The real estate relax route. You use that in your. Do you remember you saying that? No. Okay.
Remind me.
Oh. But that's what I was going to ask. What it's.
I don't know.
You don't remember. We're going to move past that then. Actually, I got that from Chat GPT. I entered your Instagram and said, hey, give me some questions to ask. And it said, ask her about, she mentioned the real estate relax route. And it told you. All right. Well, if there are any Nicole Odom stalkers out there that remember that post, we're going to go find it. All right. So your social media, you do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
You've taught a couple classes on that. So a big difference between your social media and mine. And mine, this is where I'm trying to improve. I don't know how necessarily improve. I believe that I have great content, but my videos are not aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. Yours seem to just flow like a creek, and I just think that's got to be easier to watch. Like I enjoy watching them, and I don't know if it's just me. Like I can't watch my own videos because I'm like, oh. But I'm told just put it out there, just do it.
Yeah.
So what's the secret for just making them more pleasing? What is the editing process tremendous, or is it more simple than I know?
When I got started with videos, it very much was, I don't like the way that I look. I don't like the way that I sound. But this is it. Like you got to get over yourself. And I am very much into the motto of done is better than perfection, because if I'm not going to do it, somebody else is. Yeah. So if it's a way for me to share value, share education, share tips, or share about myself, because it's a relatability factor. Yeah. Like another mom might be able to relate with me, or somebody that's like, oh, she's lived here before. This is what she does when she lives here with her kids. She might have some insight and know what somebody else might not know because she's lived here.
Right. Especially locally. I have a friend that is, he's a pilot, and he used a realtor based strictly off of she was married to a pilot.
Right.
So he thought that was important, that she knew his needs. And I thought, I was like, that's interesting. So I mean, I think that's perfect that you are showing people who you are and what your knowledge is. Your knowledge is these paths in the community, and that you've lived here, so you've seen the changes, and you know, I think that's tremendous. That's why I try to use social media, because I think people do business with people they like, well, people they know, people they like, and people they trust. We've heard that 1,000 times.
Yes.
And so those are the three things that we typically try to get out there on social media is know me. That means please like and share and comment. Like me. Hopefully I'm likable. Right. And then trust is I've got to be sharing knowledge. I've got to show that, hey, I do know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this a long time, and I read and listen to other people's podcasts and videos and guidelines and all that good stuff. So it's all those things are important for real estate.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, with YouTube, it's so big that people go to YouTube and start searching Peachtree City. So if they find you and find, you know, what you do, what you get into with scouts, how your experience has been, they can reach out to you and be like, hey, I saw that you live in Peachtree City. We're looking to buy. Can you help us? But
Yeah.
also, what do you know about scalps? Like, do you have recommendations? It's definitely the like, know, and trust is very important, but also you can relate.
Right.
So that helps with the trust factor, because a lot of people are trying to get into this community, and so
It's just easier to have a conversation. They're
yeah,
spending like I don't spend a whole lot of time with my customers.
right,
A lot of it's a couple conversation over the phone, then
right,
most everything's done
right,
online. But I don't think y'all put people in your cars that much anymore, but you're still talking to them a lot over the phone
right,
and inside people's houses with them. So you spend a lot of time. That's a lot easier when you like them.
yeah, sure,
And when you can relate and
right,
go, I really don't like this house because I can't see
100%,
my kids on this street.
right,
That's another example. I had a real estate agent show me a house in a neighborhood on a main road. And I was like, why? Why would,
right. Like, I don't want my kids
there's
being
no,
on a
yeah.
main road.
I have at that time, two young kids.
Right.
There's no way I could live.
Yeah.
No way.
Right.
There was no cart path accessible. You had to ride on a pretty main road to get to a cart path. I was like, it was a great house.
Sure.
But
Not for me.
No, not for me. No
yeah. And it's important. Like, I want people to understand, like, you're not going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't about me. So if you walk in here and you notice, like, this ain't it, like, just tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll keep going.
And if you know quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps.
If you walk up and I love that agent was like, we just pulled in the driveway and we just left right away.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, would you have rather spend an hour looking around the house when they knew they were buying that house?
Right.
So
like
you got a tough job.
It is a rewarding job because I love helping people, but in the same sense, it's it can be a lot because you have to be the everything. But that's what they call upon you for. So it's very rewarding when you get to help people and help them achieve their goals, whichever that may be, buy, purchase, sell, or invest, but that they trust you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such an honor.
Yeah. It's that would be really tough. And I'm gonna have to check this because I didn't turn it. I don't know if getting that call shut my phone off. It did not. So we're still rolling. I apologize for the interruption.
All good.
I didn't put it on.
No worries.
Whatever mode that is. I have no brain this morning. I can't think of a
Did
single
you have
word.
coffee?
I'm halfway through it.
Oh, you gotta have
I did not
coffee.
exercise this morning yet,
Okay.
so that's it. So I was just reading. I found some guy online that was talking about his morning routine.
Okay.
And there were so many things that I absolutely loved, and I'm trying to see how to work them in. His was 10-minute walk, period.
Yeah.
Every morning. Like that is a must. There's no way I'm doing anything. He said he tried to not have caffeine. He said for the first 2 hours, but a minimum of an hour because something based on when it delayed. I don't know. He had all these formulas of when this stuff goes, and it was just pretty interesting to think about. I was like, God, 10 minutes. I could easily do 10 minutes, like just to go outside and kind of reconnect with nature first thing versus showering, getting in the car, and going inside another building.
Well, you can go down the rabbit hole with it, that like getting vitamin D first thing in the morning, like getting some sun on your face. It helps with your circadian rhythm, and it's just a good way to move. Yeah,
awesome. All right, campaigns. What's your preference on platforms? Do you have one?
I love Instagram. I feel like that's where I can relate the most. I feel like that's where I can connect the most with people. Because it's another thing, like relationships, how you stay in touch with people.
So a year ago, I didn't really use Instagram at all. I've always had an Instagram account, but I didn't think there was as much interaction.
Right.
And it's weird. And I don't know the formulas or the algorithms. On Instagram, on the insights, I get more views.
Okay.
But I guess Facebook doesn't necessarily tell me how many views I'm getting, but I get more likes and comments.
Okay.
And it might be a generational thing. It's people my age are still more on Facebook.
Yes.
Or at least commenting more on Facebook. So it looks like I'm getting a lot more views on Instagram.
Okay.
But then Facebook is where I get the actual interaction.
Okay.
So
I feel like it's something you got to nurture. You got to just done is better than perfection. Yeah. Keep doing it. And the more you have in there, and interacting with people and commenting and liking, you'll start showing up on their algorithm. and you can be discovered.
Yeah.
So you just
So
got to put the
liking
work
and
in.
sharing is big for your friends. If you are friends with Nicole and you support her business, please just like and comment.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Sharing it is a big deal, but I think that's a big ask.
Yeah.
For you to ask my friends to share all my videos.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
No, but just comment, go, hey, that was great, or like. I mean, that helps it to show up in other people's feeds. We know that that's how it works. So just like and share. So what is, or not share, like and comment. What, what's your most successful campaign or video? Was there something that was a little wilder, or maybe it was boring and it surprised you?
I had a video that I think it got up to almost 800,000 likes.
Wow.
I need it, and Instagram just came out with these new features of where you can share your location, which is a little interesting. Like I don't know
Like
how you
all
feel.
the time?
So if you haven't checked it and you share your location on, like if you go in your settings and you can see it's on there, it might be able to show you.
I
where
did
you're
see a
at your
post that said,
house.
"Hey, go right now and make sure location's off on Instagram," but I didn't know what they meant. So I actually went and checked them. I was off, but I didn't know why they were telling me to do that.
Because they can see like you just chilling at your house wherever your phone is. And I don't know if you want people to know where you live. I mean, you can. I feel like we're all cooked at this point. Like everybody can figure it out. Like tax records are available, but they have another thing where you can share previous posts in reels, kind of like TikTok. I'm not very proficient at TikTok, but I just do it just to done is better than perfection. Put it out there because I might reach some people on there that I might not see on Facebook or Instagram. So that's a new feature. I might reshare that video. I don't remember what the third one is.
What was the video about?
I think it was either generally about real estate or in lending. I'll have to go find it, but I made it a couple years ago.
So nothing crazy. You didn't trip and fall in the lake or show a pool and go, oh, and fall into the pool. Nothing like that.
I've thought about doing that. I had a listing in April that had a pool, and I thought about doing that just to get visibility. But I mean, the pool was like 54 degrees. I was not getting in it. I was like, I'm not doing it. Maybe one day, but I wasn't doing it. That wasn't the day.
I don't care if something's staged or fake, but it's got to be new and creative.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just fall in the pool.
Right.
Act like. But if, I don't know, your mortgage lender tackled you into the pool and you don't, or something, like there's a lot of people doing some pretty neat, cool things out there.
Yeah.
I love the guy with the really tight pants. Have you seen him?
No, you're going to have to share that.
He's a real estate agent. He's African-American. I don't know why that matters, but he looks like Norbit in a way, but not that geeky, but his pants are just so tight and he's kind of heavy in weird places. And I think he posted one and people just killed him.
I think I know, like khakis.
Yes.
Yes.
And they killed him. I mean, people just murdered him. And instead of being embraced it, he just rolled with it. Now all his videos go, hey, if you ever find yourself in a tight situation.
Yeah.
And now he's like internet famous. Or
well, I mean, you just gotta, it's attention. So just go with it. I did a lot of videos in the beginning where they're very polished. They're by some videographers, and it was one of those videos. But I feel like more trends now are more organic, just off the hip, like this, where you can edit your short form, long form. But it was one of those videos. But I feel like today, if you get attention in some sort or fashion and you don't care, roll with it. And so it sounds like he did, which is great.
He did. They're so entertaining. I love
everybody knows them.
Yeah, they do. And I would do business with him.
Right.
Just because
you're being your authentic self.
Right. Like he's like, this is me. I don't, you know, I'm not buying new pants because I gained 20 pounds. I'm just,
no.
I think now it goes and buys because it's different outfits now.
Okay.
And I think he's like going out and buying purposely funny outfits.
Yeah.
I like it.
Roll with it.
All right. So I did ask Chat GPT to roast your Instagram. I think you've shared that before. Were you the one that did that?
I've roasted Peachtree City. I don't know if it roasted me.
Okay. Well, I did.
Okay. Let's hear it.
It actually pulled this up again. It said, okay, you're posting that you are advertising the real estate relax route, but your feed's energy is Red Bull fueled open house.
Red Bull fueled open houses.
Most of them were actually compliments, even though I said like backhanded or front-handed compliments, because they're actually compliments, but they tried to make them.
Okay. Like honey
what
sandwich?
What do you call that?
Like honey sandwich?
Because the backhanded compliment is when you say something that's actually ugly, but you make it sound like a compliment.
I've never heard of front. handed.
I just made that up.
Okay. Well,
because this is, you try to be mean, but it's actually a compliment. Are you really a real estate empire or just a one-woman reality show?
I'm trying to grow. So I don't know if I would say an empire, but trying to grow so I can do more for my clients and help people.
This is a compliment. I said, look at you out here just trying to be a TikTok economist. I was like, that's a compliment.
I mean,
that means you're putting out.
If TikTok wants to pay me, I'm happy.
Yeah. And then the other one was like, okay, here's a market update. Here's a dreamy home. Here's me trying to wrangle my kids.
I don't wrangle them much more, but yes, mom life.
So what's next for Nicole in real estate, social media, what listings, houses? What's coming up next for you?
I have some listings coming up. Looking to grow in a few areas of my business, kind of ironing out details, but just learning how to better serve people in our community, volunteer. I volunteered with the Humane Society. That was awesome. It's walking dogs. So I feel like it was really good for me to be able to do that.
And kids can do that with an adult, right?
Yeah, they can do it with the adult. I think I might take them to go play with the kitties. But just to be able to give back to the community, do a client event. Maybe we can talk about that, doing a client event. I love giving back to Bloom, the Bloom Closet. I grew up and needed things from other outside sources. So for me, it's a little biased, but I want to, pay it forward and pay it back since I was able to be a recipient of that when I was younger. I want to give it back to other children, but I think it's also important to show our kids how we can give back too. So I think, yeah.
All right. We're going to end on this question. So I like to challenge people. We're in sales, so we're very competitive. Mm-hmm. But I want you to tell me one real estate agent that is in your community that is just outstanding at their job.
Oh, God.
Maybe somebody that you just enjoy working with. They're extremely professional. You love their marketing, whatever it is.
You had to ask me this. My goodness. There's lots, but then I feel like I want to leave somebody out. And I hurt some feelings. I don't know how feelings. Alexis Anderson's great. She's a mom. She's a boss lady.
She is the definition of boss lady.
Yeah, she's a boss lady.
Sure.
But I love her authenticity. I love her directness. She's been a real estate agent for a while. Her mom was a realtor.
She was a secretary for a real estate company. Like that was what's so amazing. Like she's one of those stories that started as just, I don't know if she was answering phones. I don't know what she was doing, but I know that she was, it wasn't even assistant level, I believe. And I apologize, Alexa, if I'm wrong, but it's more of a testament to what she's achieved because she is an empire at this point. Yes, I mean, she's just killing it in every aspect of everything she touches. So that's really awesome. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Good job. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. Where can they find you on all the social media platforms? Or
Nicole K.
Some days are non-stop. You blink and suddenly it's 4 p.m., you've skipped lunch, and you're just trying to make it to dinner without crashing. That's exactly the moment when I reach for my buddy David.
Come on now.
David protein bars are made for moments like that. They're packed with 28 grams of protein, just 150 calories, and absolutely zero sugar.
Guys,
are you having a David day?
I'm having a David day today. Yeah. There's one in the backpack right now. I'm about to pound it with some water.
What's that flavor?
It's vanilla. It's the vanilla joint, and it tastes good. right? Because a lot of these things are sort of chalky and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like this thing tastes good.
I look forward to it.
Right after the workout, if I put one down, like I feel my muscles. I feel strong like Popeye.
Yeah.
You guys understand
Thank
what
you.
I'm telling
Oh, yeah.
you?
And I don't know what it is. If you're a sensory person, but they got these little crispy, crunchy
Yeah, they've got like a
balls
little
in them.
They do.
crunchy.
And
Yes,
they got that
pause.
little crunch.
Yes.
Little crunch.
Yeah.
Very satisfying.
I dig it.
Well, most protein bars are candy bars in disguise.
Right.
But David is different. With 75% of its calories coming from protein, it's one of the highest protein to calorie ratios you will find anywhere.
come on.
Plus, gotta say, the packaging is iconic. The ingredients are clean and the flavors are so good. I am a peanut butter girly for life. So anything peanut butter
feel you.
is going to be my jam.
As soon as you pull one out, people are like, that looks expensive.
It's
classy
It just
packaging.
looks fancy.
Yeah.
It's good. David is ideal for people looking to increase protein, cut sugar, and manage calorie intake. That's why I always have David protein bars with me. David is offering our listeners a deal to buy 4 cartons and get the 5th free at davidprotein.com/thatwasus. That's davidprotein.com/thatwasus to get your 5th carton free.